I want to tell you how I use my buckets in real life. So this last week, I ended up getting 3 pair of shoes in the mail. That is so rare for me. I don't buy shoes. So let me tell you how this happened. I've struggled with plantar fasciitis for quite some time, and I would dabble with it and it would go away. But this time it has just stayed, and if you are familiar, it hurts. And so the doctor said it would be best if you tried to get some shoes that worked better for plantar fasciitis. So the problem was I needed shoes for church, I needed casual shoes, and then I needed church shoes. And all these shoes are like orthopedic, so they're kind of expensive. And so there was quite a cost associated with them. So at first I thought, well, I'll just get 1 pair. But then I thought, no, I need all 3 of them. So I started looking at my buckets and trying to think how I would do it. So I have a bucket for clothing, which shoes would fall into, and I also have a bucket for medical necessities or expenses. And so instead of taking it fully out of my clothing fund, I took it out half out of my clothing bucket and half out of my medical bucket. So buckets are very versatile, and you can decide where you want to take the money out. But in this case, the split was perfect, didn't use up all of my clothing fund. And so I want to bring something to your attention though. I could not predict having to get shoes for plantar fasciitis. That never crossed my mind of needing to do that, but I could predict that type of expense. I knew that there would eventually come a time when I was going to need some clothing. Eventually there was going to come a time when I needed a special medical expense. And so that's what I chose to do to be able to afford 3 pairs of shoes in one hit. So this is how I use my buckets on a normal basis and how they bring peace to my life, because I don't have to scramble thinking, what am I going to do to buy 3 pair of shoes at one time? The money is sitting there waiting for this predictable expense. So remember, tracking is out, buckets are in. We'll see you on the next Bucket Life. Bye-bye.